in the spirit of fall, in the spirit of back to school, I've thought of a theme. In the spirit of back to school and taking all your books to class, I feel like that maybe doesn't happen anymore. Do people do like physical textbooks anymore? Well, I certainly do. And I'm taking myself back to school. Here I have a selection of 5 of my favorite and most inspiring makeup books. The number 1 book that made me freak out, and I would pick it up and look at it every time, and I would be like, someday I may have this. When I have $35 whole, I may purchase this book for myself. This was when I was like 12, 13, and it was this. This book is the starter kit for all makeup as far as I'm concerned. This is The Art of Makeup by Kevin Aucoin. Everybody says this who grew up around my time and is into makeup. Like, he was our guy. He was the dude. Look at this. Cindy, shut up. I do love Cindy Crawford. I love a brunette with brown eyes. What can I say? He did makeovers on normal women. I love this picture of Bridget Hall. Look at this. Ugh. Like, this was really a gigantic fashion magazine. And if you've seen this book before, you know it's not spiral bound. I actually had this done because the binding on this, the glue was like falling out. The glue like smelled really bad. And I was like, am I poisoning myself slowly in my home? I hope not. But this was the longest spiral that they had. So there's about 1 inch on either end because it's just such a huge book. So if you're interested in doing that, you can get that done at FedEx. But this was the magic for me. Every time I opened this, I felt like I was being transported to the place that I was supposed to be. I ended up getting this for Christmas when I was 13. My friends came over and we would be talking about boys or whatever. And I would be like, okay, cool. Can you talk to me about that? But can I put some makeup on you? And I would just do their makeup while we were chit-chatting. What's great about this book, this is the book of his that doesn't have step-by-step instruction. He does have like a 10-step, like, here's how I prepare a face. When you're doing your makeup, do this, right? This book is really heavy on inspiration. In every look that he is talking about, he has a little blurb where he talks about, I used a red lipstick on her with a nude pencil or whatever like that, right? So it's not, I used this exact product. And he actually talks about that in this book. He's like, I'm not gonna name exact products because things are discontinued all the time, and I still want you to be able to express yourself with makeup without worrying that you don't have the exact right thing. And I feel like we're in the opposite time of that right now. Like, we wanna know the brand, we wanna know the color, we want to know how to get it. There is so much self-expression to be had with makeup if you want to use it, right? Makeup is like any sort of language tool. It's its own alphabet. You can use it to craft this message to the world about who you are, and you can use whatever you want to do that. And that's why I love this book. It just has so many looks in here that were very formative to me in terms of what I love. Look at Whitney Houston. Incredible. It just has so many looks in here that are like imprinted in my DNA at this point. This book is in my cells. And I recommend doing this. If you have any book like this that is super inspiring to you, get it spiral bound at FedEx. It makes it more of a workbook, and I love that. I'm very tactile with my textbooks, so this has just been a joy to me for decades of my life. He also uses lots of different people of different ethnicities and different ages in this. It's just an incredible like book to accompany you through your life. It's out of print, but you can get a copy of this easily. But The Art of Makeup, that was my number 1. Okay, so next book also came out in the 90s, and this is Bobbi Brown Beauty. So what can I say about this book? I mean, this is classic Bobbi Brown. She has so many makeup books at this point. She has a very specific philosophy. She likes a healthy, natural, very light, bright, under the eye kind of a look. She emphasizes a lot of fitness and taking care of yourself. And I think that is what this book really nails. This is like the first book that I read from a makeup artist perspective that had the whole person considered. It wasn't just about putting on a face. It was like, hey, what are you eating? Are you exercising? Like, do you feel good? What's happening with you? It is fabulous if you are interested in 90s looks in particular. Look at this. You don't get hello. You don't get more 90s than this. Look at that. Finding a foundation that works for you, gorgeous. She's also a person that, like, she was so skin color focused. Makeup brands are still catching up to the foundation, no pun intended, but like the foundation that Bobbi Brown laid in terms of, I'm going to make colors for everybody. She was working backstage on fashion shows. She was working on editorials. So she was working with models of all different skin tones and skin undertones. And she was like, why can't I find colors for darker people? Why can't I find the right undertones? Why is everything pink and orange? Like, what's going on? So I think she has a really special eye for skin tones and matching things that complement skin tone. So if you're interested in a more natural look, something that is harmonious with what you already have, Bobbi Brown is great for that. What is very funny to me about this book is that I remember being irritated when I first picked this book up because I was like, she's so bossy. Kevin O'Quan is like, know the rules so you can break the rules. Bobbi Brown is like, are you going to bed on time? She's like, why are you wearing that fuchsia lipstick? You trying to look like you're from the 80s? Step it up, get modern. She really focused on like the average woman and like making yourself look clean and well rested. So it was a little tight for me, and it still is. Like, her makeup philosophy is a little uptight for me, but I think it's good to have a counterpoint voice and see what you like better, what you want to express at a particular time in your life. If you want to try something different, if you want to pare down your look, but a lot of fabulous behind the scenes photos in this book. Really, really good. She has a troubling makeup quiz in here that's like, are you a beauty addict? And I might have to do that. We might have to do that together to see. I was looking at some of the questions and I was like, uh-oh. But this book is an all-rounder. It's not good if you like to take big chances with your makeup, but if you don't and you still love makeup, this book is great. It holds up. It's uptight, but it holds up. Okay, this one. This one is such a treasure and I just can't even tell you. But I'm going to. I'm doing it right now. From Nylon Magazine, Pretty, the Nylon Book of Beauty, published in 2007. The way this book is set up, it's set up into different sections. The elements, the inspirations, the looks, okay? The elements meaning the products, right? It's like a time capsule within a time capsule because it's 2007. So they're talking about a lot of products that aren't necessarily available anymore and some that definitely are. So you have Little Round Pot of Blush from Bourjois, super hard to get in the United States now. It used to be available. Great Lash. It has these incredible like editorial photos, but these beautiful, inspiring illustrations of products. Charlie by Revlon, which was like a perfume in the 70s. I've never smelled it. Chanel lipsticks, along with an editorial photo and then this beautiful illustration of the products. You have this love letter to classic products at the beginning of the book. Touche Eclat. Look at this. Look at this illustration. It's gorgeous. Okay, anyway. Then part 2, you have the inspiration. It goes all the way from the 20s and 30s all the way through, what, the 90s? So it goes through decade by decade. And you have people like Greta Garbo. I was about to say Greta Gerwig. Greta Garbo, Josephine Baker. They give like a mini bio, something that made them special, like a little mini story about them. And then they suggest products to use to sort of get the look, or if you're inspired by this person, what products might you use to emulate, not necessarily cosplay as this person, but emulate and bring forth a part of their style, right? Elizabeth Taylor and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, gorgeous illustrations or pictures of like what they suggest. So it's full of things to spark your imagination. Then you end up with Gwen Stefani, Lauryn Hill, like you just have a lot of inspiration here. And then part 3 is the looks. They basically have a bunch of makeup artists from that time do face charts of different looks, and they're all stunning, okay? Gina Brooke for Shu Uemura, she did this look. It's a lash line with studs on it. And we see that in like Euphoria. We're totally seeing that now. You see what I mean? Like this book is like time capsule on time capsule on time capsule. It is so good. You can see what they're trying to do and see what you have in your own collection that would help you channel a muse. Nylon, thanks. Okay, this book is excellent. This one is by, whoa. Okay, it was reflecting in my screen. This one is by Ray Morris, and it is called Makeup, the Ultimate Guide. Okay, this one I think combines a lot of elements that I really love. She has beautiful, beautiful fashion photography in here. Look at this woman, is gorgeous. She has excellent step-by-step photography that is not retouched. So the end photo is retouched, but her process photos, step-by-step as she's doing the makeup, those are not retouched. They're super good, clear photos. She's talking through each step that she does to create the look. They're almost like mini YouTube tutorials in one. She has a very particular perspective on what makeup she thinks is correct and right. So if you're looking for rules, if you really want some rules, like she's one of these who does like, wear these colors if you have blue eyes, wear these colors if you have green eyes, kind of a thing, where I'm like, I do what I want. She's like, if you use lip brushes, you'll never have to use lip liner. That's not true, but it's an interesting thing to have such a strong stance on the demonization of lip liner. But I would go to a town hall debate and debate her about lip liner. It has a lot of inspiration because the looks range from very normal to a little bit wacky, but you have clear steps and pictures on how to achieve all of it. You have inspiration, you have steps, and this might be my favorite thing about this book is she has a section on false lashes. If you see certain like false eyelash applications that look a little weird to you, she really talks through like why that is. So what she does is she takes this model and has the same makeup look on her throughout this section, but she only changes her lashes. She only puts different kinds of lashes on her, and you can see how it takes your look so many places depending on what your lash look is. That section alone is worth the price of this book. It is so informative. She has a great chapter in here on contouring, on bronzing, highlighting. Really beautiful, just wonderful jumping off points. If you're looking for something new to try, this book is a really excellent resource, I think, for a number of reasons. And last, I think this is really a list of makeup books that not only helped me transcend my reality and helped me think of a world outside of what I saw every day. These interests were largely my own. I had friends who were interested in makeup and interested in putting a look together, but I didn't, and I think I still don't have friends for whom this is a passion. I really felt like I was meeting my people through these books. This is from a makeup artist named Mally Roncal, and I know she had her own makeup line for a while. I don't know if she still does anymore, but her book is called Love, Lashes, and Lipstick, My Secrets for a Gorgeous, Happy Life. It's charming, it's poignant. I cried when I read this book. Her origin story with makeup and how that developed over her life is so beautiful. It starts with her mom, who passed away when she was very young. There's a part where I feel like I'm gonna cry just talking about this. There's a part where she's talking about getting her mom's makeup bag to take with her to the hospital when she had to get treatment. It's just a beautiful book about the power of putting yourself together, recognizing the gifts that you have and not being ashamed of them. You're made the way you are so that you can share your gifts with the world. It's like having a pep talk from like a really hot, feisty, peppy aunt. She's like the makeup artist behind some truly iconic like 2000s looks, like aughts kind of looks, like this Beyonce look from the premiere of Goldmember. I mean, I remember very clearly. It's like this beautiful soft look, and Beyonce has this like head full of gorgeous blonde curls. This J-Lo moment, she knows what's up. It's really a great book that speaks to how makeup is more than just what meets the eye. It's easy to demonize makeup or people who like makeup because we're in a weird time with it, I think. We're buying a lot more than we can use. and the focus is on more, as opposed to using it to actually express yourself. If you're interested in makeup, you want to use it. I'm guessing. I do. She has some great written instructions for various things, how to put on lashes, all kinds of stuff. But the inspo pictures next to it are like these weird little cartoons, and that's my only drawback with this, is that it's not the most practical. If you're wondering how is this look gonna end up looking, like can I have an idea of that, she doesn't really have that in this book, but plenty of instructions. It's like instructions plus memoir plus a little self-help book, like go get them, go get what you want to get, go get your dreams. I think this book is excellent. It really speaks to the power of makeup as it relates to who you are. So those are my pick for my top 5 makeup books. I have so many more. I have plenty of vintage makeup books, vintage style books, so let me know if you want to see those. And thank you for sticking around. I hope you found some inspo today. I loved doing this as an exercise, like seeing what books I would share with someone. All of these are so fabulous. I love that they all have room for you to interpret as you want. The girlies on YouTube aren't the ones who tell you what to do with makeup. You are the one who tells you what to do. Okay? All of this is around as inspiration for you. This is like a little smorgasbord for you to take as you want. Fill your plate with things that make you feel like your insides are lighting up with light and stardust. I'm reading a bunch of fairy books right now, okay? And I'm just really feeling it. I hope you take all of this inspiration with you. Take whatever you want. Let me know which book appealed to you the most, and if you know of anything that I should be reading, I definitely want to know. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk very soon, okay? Later, skaters.